guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going great. I'm outside, got a cup of coffee, and it's not too hot out right now, so that's a good thing. Even have my hair down, so then you know it's not super sweaty. So yesterday I did groceries. That was early in the morning. Very thankful for that. And then the rest of the day, I came home and I made Greg was here, he's working on the pool. I'll show you the pool, a little update on the pool today, the tiling. So there was just a few of the kids here. So they had, I made some pasta broccoli. I have some of that left over, and then I just threw hot dogs on. It was easy. I made them before I left, and then I just set them on the stove and said, eat whenever. So then I left, and we took Brooklyn to work, and Maddie and I went clothes shopping. So it was good. It was so good because as anyone who has teenage girls knows, anybody that knows, and sometimes boys too, I just haven't experienced it with boys too much, but girls, there's always that in-between trying to find the size that fits. And it doesn't matter what size body you are, it's going from little girl sizes to teen sizes. Always hard, always hard. And if you live in a small area like we did in the mountains, it was so hard to get clothing because you were limited. You had to drive out and go different places, but we didn't venture too far away. We went to the mall a few times, but it was just not, we just went local, and it's like what you could find, you find. So it was always more of a struggle to get shoes that fit properly because girls' feet grow more than their bodies. You know how, anybody knows how, you know what I'm talking about, right? We were just preparing for, we didn't know what was going to happen to Maddie. She even got in the car and she's like, no, just know, Mom, I don't like doing shoe shopping, and I might get a little frustrated if they don't fit. And I said, you know what, Maddie? I said, I'm prepared. I said, we have nothing to do today. We have no filming. We have nowhere to be. I said, we are just, the whole afternoon is ours. I said, if it takes 10 hours to find one pair of shoes, I said, I am ready for 10 hours to find one pair of shoes. She's like, I hope it doesn't take 10 hours. So then we went and we got a few recommendations from people that have wider and bigger feet in our family and friends. And so, most of my kids like wearing Vans, but I do have some that like Converse. And so we were like, let's go right to the Converse store and let's go see what they have. So we walked in there, and and again, it's where they're trying to find their style and not really sure. And so thankfully she saw one pair right away she liked. I said, awesome, let's grab off the shelf. And I didn't know what size she was because the last time we bought shoes, it was like the time before the last, it was girls, and then the last time it was just the way her foot was and wide feet. Like I bought a women's, but I feel like it wasn't, it was more for like the width of it. So I just wasn't sure, and I said, let me just grab one shoe and grab it, we'll put it on. And she put her foot in there and she's like, that feels awesome. And I was like, really? And she's like, yes. And so she was so happy. She was so happy. And then I said, okay, we got one pair. Awesome. I said, let's go around the corner. We know what size, and let's look and see if you see another one. And right away she saw another pair and she's like, I like those. And she put them on. She's like, so happy. And so within 10 minutes we had got the first two things that are the hardest to acquire. So I was like, yes. And so we left and she was like so excited. She's like, that was so easy. She goes, that was the easiest thing. I said, I figured let's just jump in and do the worst thing first, shoes, and then after that the rest of it's going to be great. And then we went to another store, and like I said, there's so many deals right now. And so we got in, and like she found like jeans, which were awesome. Thankfully our world is into like, but when I was a kid, and when you guys mommies were, when you older ladies were girl teens, when we were all teens, like there was only one style of jeans and that's it. You wore, skinny jeans, or you wore whatever. There wasn't, in one store's size 8 and another store's size 8 were completely different. It didn't matter. Everything fits different because women's bodies are not made to be the same. Anyways, and so it's hard finding things. So we resorted over the years to like leggings and just different things because it's easier. And I see why girls just wear leggings, because it's so hard to find jeans. Well, thankfully those mom jeans are in style, and so she doesn't like super tight things like that. And so I said, well, let's try some mom jeans. So we just grabbed a couple sizes and she put them on, and she was so happy once again. And I was like, yes, even better. And it was like buy one get one free, and I'm like, we can do this. And then it was easy to find shirts for her, and then we ended up going over to TJ Maxx, and she found a few things there, which was really good. And we went to next door to Beals. Now we went to Beals in North Carolina and did not like it. at all. It was like it was a store that, I can't remember what the name of the store was, but they redid it, and it was just like wasn't too impressed. And this one I wasn't too impressed either. She found a few things, but I guess there's Beal's Outlet, and that is supposed to be huge. So Greg and I are gonna go there because he's like, no, the clothes are amazing there. I'm like, really? I'm like, we didn't really find anything, and so I think we need to go to the outlets, but wherever that is, we just didn't go. And then I'm on my, and those stores are close to my home. And then we started, she wanted to go to Panera for lunch or her dinner, and then we were gonna go hit Target, or actually go to Walmart and get like socks and things that she knew was gonna be easy to pick out. So I was like, okay, good. So like whatever. Meanwhile, I don't know my way anywhere. Have no idea where I'm going. Thank goodness for GPS. So we, we typed in, I thought, where we were supposed to go, versus, because I didn't really know where a Panera was near us. So like, I'm like, okay, 20, it's like, everything's like 10 miles, but it's like 20 minutes away. Like the mountains time frame I thought was the worst. Like it would be 10 miles away, but it'd take you 20 minutes, 25 minutes because you're driving around a mountain. Well, Florida, it's 10 miles away, but it takes you 20, 30 minutes because of traffic. So I was like, all right, we're just gonna drive. So anyways, we started driving, and I'm like, wow, I see signs for like Anna Maria Island, and I'm like, wow, I feel like we're going way too far out of like where we should be at right now. And I have no idea where I'm going. And so Greg gave me some numbers. Like when we first moved here, he's better with directions than I am. I'm like the worst. I am the worst with directions. And so give me a GPS, I got there. I'll have to go there 20 times. Like I'm learning my streets here fairly quick, but new places, have no idea. So I just remembered him telling me some numbers of roads, and I do not like numbers of roads. I'm more like, oh, this is, Michigan Avenue. This is Tammy Yummy, that's another road, but everything's like a number. So it's like 301, 64, all these numbers. And so, oh my goodness, I just, hold on one second. In my pool here, there's a tiny little mole. Look at this thing. Can you see that? Look at him swimming. Okay, I came up this morning, I looked over there, and there was this, it looks like a vole or mole, I don't know. I think his nose is a little more pointy. And I was like, oh gosh, and he's swimming over there on the edge of our pool that has no water, or not swimming, he's walking, and obviously he's stuck. And I'm like watching him, I'm like, oh, he can't get out. Well, I didn't know he was stuck at first. I was like, just climb out of there. And I thought he'd climb up, but I realized he probably can't get out, or she, whatever it is. And then I just noticed it swim across the pool. I'm like, oh my goodness. So if you wonder if mice or, I don't know, moles can swim, yeah, they can. So I'm gonna have to scoop him out of there. We have, the last owner left a little fish, like a fish, what is that, like a fish scooper, like for an aquarium. I'm like, why would he leave that? And I'm like, oh, it's because frogs get in the pool in the morning and that, so it's good to scoop out. So I will scoop that little tiny thing out. That mice are probably my most hated thing of life. Probably most hated thing in life. Mice, tiny things like that, like watching him like scamper is like, lizards, same thing. Snakes, oh yeah, just do not like those three animals or rodents anywhere in my life. But I'm feeling bad for it. I'm like, okay, I think I will scoop you out. But I just was watching, I'm like, oh my goodness, he just scrambled across the water there. So anyways, distraction. So let's get back to the story. So then we just drove, and I was like driving, and I'm like, I feel like we're getting farther and farther. And then we're driving by, and there was like a Walmart. I'm like, well, there's a Walmart, but it's one of those things. Oh, hold on, Maxine's coming up. She's back. Where was I? Maxine just came out. Anyway, so we were driving. I'm like, there's a Walmart as I'm driving by. And then like, but it's not like you can just turn the next exit or turn around, because the next exit was like highway. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, where are we even going? So then I'm like, okay, so we ended up pulling off, and I'm like, where is this big Walmart at? So then we're like, okay, let's just go back to where we know, because I have no idea. So we're driving back, and I'm like, well, there's a big sign that says Walmart right there. And so we turned down this road, and like, it was literally like a jungle. The whole street was lined with like bushes, and like you couldn't see in. It was really pretty. And then like all of a sudden there was a road. I'm like, do we turn down this road? And I'm like, okay. So we turned in, and boom, there was a Walmart with like a tropical oasis. I don't even know. It was like the whole outside was lined with these, whatever, the bushy, it looked like a jungle, and then it had humongous, the tallest palm trees I've ever seen up close here. And so we went to Walmart. Walmarts are the same everywhere. And so we got in, and I forgot, like, Walmart is not as helpful, which is fine for like dressing rooms, things like that. Like, and maybe not everywhere is. I can't say everywhere. The last few times we've been in Walmart, I know we kind of was like, ugh, we can't try this on. We can't. It was like, okay, let's not even bother type thing. So anyways, but we got what we needed, and then I went over. Now when I went to the Detweilers when I was filming, I laughed because when I was filming and I'm looking for pizza for Jensen, Daya Pizza was all along the bottom shelf, which if you saw my video, you saw that I saw it. I just saw the word gluten-free. I didn't realize that closer up is the Daya, is the deliciously vegan cheese. So I was like, I'm just gonna go back and get him some pizza. Where we lived in the mountains, I couldn't find this stuff at our store, so I just didn't think it was everywhere. So then I was thinking I would stop at like Publix and look for him. Well, then I was at Walmart. I'm like, let me just look at Walmart. Well, Walmart carries it. So I'm like, I just need to explore my options. So I found him the frozen pizza. So I got him 3 of those because, again, when you can't have the cheese, pizza's no fun. So it's like, you can make it, but it's okay. Like provolone pizza, cheese is just like, whatever. It's not fun for a kid that loves mozzarella cheese pizza. So I bought the mozzarella shreds, but that'll be used for something else. So anyway, so I got that, and then I was able to get some cream cheese because when I left, he wasn't awake, and then I got home and I said, well, I got you the butter. I don't know if you love that on bagels, or do you just want cream cheese, like the kind you can have? And he said he wants the cream cheese. So so I picked up 2 cream cheese. They didn't have, someone told me that Philadelphia has the lactose-free cream cheese. It wasn't there at Walmart, hopefully somewhere else, but that was a great find for me because, like, again, I'm like, okay, Walmart carries it all. That's awesome. So got that, and then we got in the car and we drove some more, and I'm like, okay, I started seeing things I recognize, and I'm like, okay, I know this area. I've been this way before. And then we pulled in to the Panera, and I was like, okay, this is an area I know. It's one of those things like, I have no idea. I have no idea where I'm going. Then I'm like, is this a good place to be driving? So it was an adventure, and it was, it's hot, it's like 95, it's warm, but it was good. We made it, and then we were done right at the time that Brooklyn was done working. So we picked her up. It was like we had to wait about 5 minutes, and then we came home, and I walked in the house, and I smelled like something died. I'm like, what is that smell in this house? And I'm like, what? And then like nobody knew. They're like, what? It doesn't stink, because when you're in the house for a while, you don't really notice the smell. So then I'm like, is that just the broccoli smell? Broccoli can sometimes stink when you cook it, or the pot was wide open, like the kids didn't put the lid on it, which is fine. So I'm like, is that what that smell was? I don't know. So I'm like searching. I'm like, did something die in here? And Greg's like, well, maybe Maxine killed a lizard in the house. I'm like, what? I'm like, no, there's no lizards in our house. So I had to like investigate. Like I'm like checking trash, I'm checking the bathrooms, I'm checking under the sink, I'm checking everywhere that I could to see if there was any dead animal. And then I'm like, okay, I went to bed, and I'm like, it still stunk. We cleaned up the broccoli, obviously put it away. So then I'm like, how sometimes like cantaloupe will have a real strong smell to it, like it doesn't smell like it's dead, but just I can smell really good. I have like a heightened sense of smell, always have. I can pinpoint a smell. You want to find a stain or smell in carpet or a couch, I'm your person, because I just smell everything. I smell everything. I always have. Not a side effect of the disease that went around a few years ago, just something like I just have a good sniffer. And so I'm like the dog. No. And so I just went to bed, and I'm like, it still stinks like this. So anyways, so I came out and talked to Greg for a little bit, talked to him about his little stuff out here, and then went in bed and just laid down, relaxed. It was like, shopping is exhausting. I'm like, gosh, Greg's like, you're tired? I'm like, I am. I'm like, I didn't even do anything today. He's like, honey, you went shopping. You got all those groceries. You carried them in. You put them all away. I'm like, yeah, but it's like, but then I'm like, and then we went back. And then you went back out. You found more stuff. And I'm like, I know. It was a long day. So I went to bed, relaxed, chilled on my phone, and got some good sleep last night. And here I am this morning. I didn't wake up super early. I was going to do the 5:30, and then I was like, no worries about 5:30. So it was like 6:30. This is like my first cup of coffee. So I haven't even started. I just started making a list. I'm like, I should have a plan today. I sort of have a plan today. So what is today's plan? I'm doing a lot of talking right now outside because I'm going to go inside, and I think I'm going to just do a little pickup in the kitchen. There's not much. There really is not much at all in the kitchen. There's like a few things to pick up. And then I'm going to start my refried beans, because remember I was going to do pinto beans in my slow cooker. I never did that at all yet. So I'm going to throw those in right now and turn on high so it can kind of cook all day. There's a bug. And I can puree those up later and put those in the freezer. And then I need to make, tomorrow we're doing the beach, so we can meet up with some of our friends from the mountains. And so I'm thinking I was going to make all this big food. I just don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm still like in my brain, like, what am I going to make? So I'm going to do for sure Rice Krispie treats. So I'm going to make some of those. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for food yet. Not sure yet. I have to think about that. So I'm going to think on that. Food, we didn't have the pizza yesterday that I bought at Aldi. And so I'm thinking I'll just do pizza today, because that's easy. It's good. I'm gonna be missing, like, Jaden's gone, Brooklyn's gonna be gone working, so it's just the 4. It's just the 4. It's so much easier when you have 4. Not easier. It's so much less when you have 4. It's not easier. It's just less when you have 4. So I'm thinking pizza. So I'm gonna come out to my smoker and start that. I needed to get that going because we resprayed it. Happy with it. Greg said to turn it on. It needs to cure and burn it. Like, it needs to, like, heat up that paint temperature, and then it will do its thing. So I'm like, okay. So I might do that. I am gonna do that today. And I'll make pizza. We also have, what else do we have to do? They have youth tonight, so it's a lot of, like, running later, so pizza will be a good thing. But I have, like, veggies and fruit. I want to cut all that up because the strawberries are already getting yucky. I think those were getting bad. I'm like, ooh, wasn't happy with that. So things like that. So the kitchen has got to be a prime thing today, but not too much kitchen, just a little bit of kitchen. So I'll get in there, do some of that. The house is pretty picked up, very little. And then it's like odd and end jobs. I would like to, I don't know if I'll get to the blinds. I have blinds to hang up. I'm not sure if I'll do that today, but I'd like to get upstairs. That's the goal. The goal was Monday, the stair upstairs, and that didn't happen. So I'd like to go up there and start picking up, but the kids are sleeping, so I didn't want to, like, do a lot of chit-chatting up there. And just due to them sleeping, I'll do a little couple voiceovers as I'm picking up. But for the most part, I don't want to be like, hey, kid, while they're trying to snooze away. So that's the main goal. Those are the main goals. How is the day going to go? I don't know. I might just end up in the kitchen all day. I don't know. I'm going to keep checking on that mouse over there, or that bowl, whatever it is. It's moving. Okay. So I'm not sure, but that's how my day is going right now. So I'm just going to stop chatting. I'm going to finish my cup of coffee, and then we're going to go in. I'll show you the pool. It's looking awesome. It's looking so awesome. It's great because when we first came looking out, it looked more like the teal color. Well, it actually wasn't even teal, was it? Well, a little bit. Yes, it was. It is teal. I'm looking at it over here. Over here, the old tile is like teal. So you saw a lot of the teal colors, and then the house, a lot of those colors. Well, and I like my teal cabinets, but I don't love the bluish teal walls. Like, I'd like probably, I'm not sure the color yet, but my accent, I want more navy. Like, that's the color I want. So I bought that little tear over here, and it's got turquoise, but that's all it was. It was like a clearance find. So I'm gonna, like, get turquoise cushions eventually next year. I'm not too worried about outfitting it back here perfectly, but looking through the house and seeing the blue on the pool over here, sorry, can you see? I'm like going, oh, that's giving me a vision. Like, I'm ready for the house. We're gonna start changing the colors eventually. So that's a good thing. So getting the pool set is gonna be great, but this is looking awesome. He is flying through it. We had to order a little glass tile cutter, and nowhere had it. Amazon had it, so it delivers today for the corners, and he's just got the front here. Over here, we had to order, I think we ordered 2 more boxes because we have to do all the back of this yet. And so, and then the bottom part of the pool, we were going to do the bottom part of the pool. We decided to wait on that because we didn't want our water sitting so long without it going. Like, we emptied it down, and then we were like, we don't want to go all the way down because then it's like we're going to have to refill, obviously, all the way back up, but we just didn't want it to sit too long. So, or be too long without a pool, I guess. I'm sorry, let me re-explain that. The pool tiles shouldn't be submerged. They should sit for a while and cure before you, especially when they're completely coated with water. The ones on the side will be okay because it's not that submergible, but the ones on the bottom are going to be submergible. So it should sit for like 30 days. So I don't want to be without a pool for 30 days. That's a long time to not swim when it's, 100 degrees. So I'm like, that can be like I'm going to say February. I don't know when it'll be freezing. February job, whenever we decide to not swim. But I'm like, that'll be fine. You don't really see the bottom as much as obviously the sides of the pool. And so that is what we decided to do. So he's still around. The water's still, nothing's looking gross. It's like the water is good. We're not swimming in it right now because there's a lot of stuff in it. He will be cleaning it out and get all the tiles out. He's just got to get in there and vacuum it real good and, get the salt level back up and all the things that he'll do. But for now, the pool is, we just don't go in it, and that's okay. We got plenty of other things to do right now. So anyways, that is giving like inspiration for like, ooh, I can't wait for the navy. And then like our house shutters, don't mind the mess, are turquoise on our house, so we're gonna paint those in navy blue as well. Change the color of our house too, but the all good things in time. But seeing that little glimpse, I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to like start doing the navy color. But all good things, all great things. And what else? I also woke up this morning and found I was out of lemon juice, and then I realized we like that in our water, and then I realized, oh, I totally forgot to get that at the store. So I pulled up my Sam's Club app and I just ordered it, and they deliver it, which is awesome. So I wrote down today to look up to cancel my Costco membership. Like, I don't even know because we bought like the Premier member. So I don't know how that works. I'm assuming, I know they said if you're not satisfied, they'll refund you. Well, I'm not satisfied. I'm like not going to go back. We went there once. I'll never go there again. We don't even go there for gas, none of that. So I was going to call today to see about getting that refund. Yeah, just not like, I'm like thinking that was going to be the place we were going to shop. We were going to be there, but I'm like, I was not impressed. And I'm finding all these great Sam's Club, like literally ships to my house. Whatever I need, I can order an $8 worth of lemon juice and it delivers here. So I'm like, I'm sure, I don't even know if I can do the Costco. I didn't even look, but I just know Sam's Club. So that was something else on my list. What else? Leaf blow my porch, because the front, I got that rug and I never cleaned it off. And is that it? Yes, shades up, but I didn't do that. And on my little list of food. Easy day. So let's stop talking because it's a long time chatting. Let's go in and start our day. I'm gonna get the beans in the pot and we'll fill it up with water. Just turn on high. Easy. Put a little bit of salt in there. Easy to go. Maxine's out there somewhere. We're going to go back in, get her a tree, and it's going to be a great Wednesday. It's beautiful, blue sky. Hear those birds? It's quiet. It's quiet out here. Even the air conditioner coming on, it's still really quiet. The grass looks like it needs to be cut again. I'm looking at the grass. You ready to go inside, Maxine? She's like, I think so. So, all right, let's go. I'm done chatting. Let's go inside. Have a great Wednesday. Okay, back inside now. I went and grabbed a ponytail just because I'm in the kitchen. I did light a candle this morning. I thought, well, maybe my nose is so like you know, you get a bad scent and then you just don't even smell it anymore. So then I thought, well, if I go outside and film and come back in, let me see if I smell it. The house doesn't stink anymore, thank goodness. So I don't know what the dead smell was. It had to have been broccoli. I am sure. So I've got my beans in here. I'm going to turn this on and let that fill up. These are rinsed. Throw this in here with some, oops, you can't even see. Throw this in here with some salt. Now, something that happened, I have a dress in here. I did a load of laundry and it had all of our clothes in it. Threw Greg's and mine in there together, and it came out, and then this dress, which I really, really like, look at this one from TJ Maxx, had this big, bright, hot pink stain on the back of it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm like, what is that stain on the back of my dress? Like, and it was just my dress. It was on like a little bit of my tank top right here, and so I was like, oh my goodness. So I took it, and I was like, it's like it was stained, like red stained something, you know how you get something like that. So I was like, oh, that was like my favorite dress. It's not something I can go buy. I bought it last year. Or no, I bought it in the mountains before we moved here. Yeah, back in like April or something. And so I was like, I couldn't find it online. And I'm like, someone had it on like Shein or ThredUp for like $100. I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $100 on the dress. So I'm like, okay, I'll just like, you know, count my losses, no big deal. And anyways, and so then I thought, well, I'll try sticking out in the sun because sometimes the sun bleaches it. Well, that didn't do anything. It was more like pink stain. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm just thinking something out loud here. As I'm saying that, you know, I got my nails done. Look at the color of my nails. Could there have been some way that like the powder like got on my, it was in the back of my dress, like on my chair or something, and I set, you know, like the dip powder? I just thought about that. I don't know. It was weird because nothing else got ruined. The next load was fine. So yesterday, I was literally gonna throw my dress in the trash. I got my Norix powder out and tried scrubbing it. It didn't come out. And I was like, okay, I'll just, you know what? Then I'm like, you know what is the worst thing that bleach can do to it? The worst thing is it can ruin the print, which I was thinking it would. And so I put it in my sink last night. I came out this morning and it's gone. I was like, yes. So I was so happy. And it didn't even ruin the dress. I was so happy. That yellow is the pocket. I was so happy. So I am like ecstatic because my dress didn't ruin. Your first thing would not be to bleach it. Don't bleach it as a first choice because it could ruin it. But it worked. So I'm like so happy. So I'm gonna just put that through the washer just in case it does have a little bit of bleach in there to make sure it rinses out. And I have my dress back, which is a good thing. I did my tank top, got a little stain right here. I think it's okay. It's a flesh colored one, and I thought, well, I can just make sure I wear something that doesn't show right there, so I keep the shirt. So that was my perk of the day. Smells like pina colada, coconutty vanilla in here, so that's a good thing. So let me just put this up here and then just wipe the counters down, pick them up, and then we'll go from there. Something else I just discovered. It's the morning of discoveries. Yesterday, or whenever I was shopping, I was talking about sales tax, and I said didn't I tell you about they have a back to school in Florida? They have a back to school tax-free week. I think it's like a week or 10 days or something that you don't get charged. And I was like, is it really a big deal? Well, I did look at my receipt here yesterday. So like here is one that is like Beals. So it is tax free. It's like right in the sun. So I see that it's 7% sale tax normally. So they didn't charge you taxes. It started the 24th, which was Monday, I think. So that's good. I just realized I looked in here, I'm like, oh, I didn't get tax on there. So, I don't know if that matters. That's done. Okay, let's keep working. Okay, so I think I'm done in my kitchen for now. I was just kind of looking through my list, seeing anything else I have to do. But for now, I think this is going to be good enough. And I'm going to start the vacuums and let them run down here. And then we'll go upstairs and start working up there. Because the downstairs is clean. I'm flipping the laundry, which is like got 3 things that I keep washing Greg's bathing suit because he has been outside in the pool. He's got a couple of them. So I'm just alternating them. So I just want to get that in. And I want to wash my dress, the bleached ones, to make sure the bleach is out. So I'm going to flip those. You don't see that. And run the vacuums. And then on my list was to order pans for my small oven. I only have one pan. I don't actually, no, it doesn't even fit in here. I need to get some skinny pans for this oven because it's more of a smaller one. I'd like a cookie sheet or a jelly roll pan because I don't have anything that fits in here. And so like you can put a 9x13 in here, I'm pretty sure. Yes, actually you can, but not like if you want to bake cookies or something. So I'm gonna measure this out so I can look on Amazon. Okay, I made it upstairs here finally, yay! So the first thing I'm doing is getting out this tripod. Evan had given me this tripod. It was a heavier duty, sturdier, but much heavier tripod. So I just thought, well, I'll put it away. Maybe I'll use it one day. Thinking I just like mine. Mine's really light, but it's a little bit more flimsy. So sometimes I don't set the legs out and it falls over. Yeah, really bad when you have a nice expensive camera on it. And so, but it's just lighter and easier to maneuver around. But I'm finding like, I just don't feel safe with it anymore. So I thought, let me try to figure this out here and see if I can get my camera in here. So this shot right here is just trying to figure out how to get my camera set in there, and then boom, it's like, here is my camera inside there. So now I'm into this upstairs area here in our home. This is like the theater room. It has been the catch-all of everything. It has all of our media stuff in here. It has all of my decorations in here. It has all of our stuff that we just didn't know have a home for in our home. And so in this closet right here is like our attic is what I'm going to call it. We do have an attic in the house, but it's got to be 1,000 degrees up there. 1,000, probably 1,500 because it's so hot here. Maybe like the Christmas tree could go up there if it doesn't melt, maybe. But if, you know, when that time comes, we'll think about that. For now, though, I want to be able to get to everything easily. So we have this empty space. This closet will work good in here. So in this closet is just a bunch of random things. Like I have, you know, a big giant mattress up there, like air mattress that Greg was using, and we'll be able to use it like for family and guests come to stay on. And then I have a bunch of other stuff that like the kids put in here. So I'm just kind of going through like thinking, what am I actually going to keep? Because I have it all, and then I'm like, do I keep it? It's like, you know, again, like I talked about, you move into like all the decorations, everything was like for my mountain home, and it took me years to accumulate that stuff for that style home. But I'm like, this house is different, so it's going to be decorated different. So I don't think I'm going to keep a lot of my stuff that I did have, you know, in my old home, and that's okay. It's just, but it's going to take time to decorate. It's going to take time to do it, and I'm okay with that. No hurries whatsoever. I'm zero hurries. As it comes, as it comes. I've learned to be patient, learned to wait. So the kids, it was funny, see all the nice hangers are nice in a rainbow pattern up here. That was Brooklyn's doing. She put them in a nice little rainbow all around the upstairs. I'm like, that looks really good. So I'm just going through here, just going through things, seeing what I have. I pulled up a lot of our wall hangings. They had some wall hangings here. It's like, what am I going to do with it? You know what I mean? So we're just put them in the closet here so I can figure out what to do with these things. So it's a good thing. I have our blankets in here too, because I'm like, again, I have to have a winter here so I can kind of see, like, is this going to be something we're going to be putting out, or are we not going to need all our blankets? I don't know. You just have to wait and see. You just never know, because I know it's going to get colder here, but right now it's not. It's just really, really warm here. And then another thing in this room, there is no lights. This was their theater room, so up on the wall on the ceiling was a projector, and then this other opposite wall, opposite of this closet, was a big giant screen. I was not even thinking to ask, like, is that included in the house? No, it wasn't included in the house. They took the projector, which is fine. We have our own projector, but I'm like, well, we can always use a projector if we ever want to. But what we're going to do is Greg's going to put a light fixture in the ceiling, and then we're going to put probably put a fan up there, and then we'll put, like, on that wall here where the mirror is, put our TV up there. So TV for the kids. I've got the TV stand that's downstairs. We just got to bring it up, and then we have a couch ordered. We're gonna put it over here in this room too. So all good things. So what I'm doing here is I'm going through them, thinking, what am I gonna keep, what am I gonna get rid of? So like that lamp right there is wobbly and broken. I have 2 of them, but it's broken. So it's like, it's that thing that you're always dealing with, trying to figure it out. I'm like, you know what, just get rid of it. It's broken. There's no sense keeping it. No sense trying to make it work. It just keeps falling apart. So, and then all these little decorations, it's like, I decorated our old house. This house is going to be different. So I have keeping the ones that I know I'll probably do something with that I really, really like. I'm putting them downstairs in my bedroom in my closet so I can see them. I have to get more furniture. I don't have anything to put anything on really right now. I will eventually, just not right now. So I know that all of that will come in time. And then here, baseball and our little solar lights, those I'm putting outside. We have a tree, and I'm going to hang them from our tree in the front yard there, because that'll be really nice to do. And then those are my wind chimes from my mama. So I'm going to, I think I have a hook in my front. I'm going to be able to put those up. I don't know though, the back doesn't have any hooks, maybe the front does. And then it's like, we're doing it, I'm like sitting here staring at everything going, where am I going to put stuff? That big box is all school stuff. So I'm pretty much just moving from one room to the next. My office is like another catch-all right now. So all of these things I'm gathering are school supplies and books. I decided to use the lid to carry everything, and then I know I'll have a shelf dedicated in my office for all the school supplies right now. So just going through and finding that out. And again, all the plugs, plugs are missing. We have a whole pile of plugs here on the floor. Jaden started wrapping them up real nice for me, and I'm like, I have to find a home. I'm going to label everything so we know what goes with what. I should have done that when I got them, did not. I will be doing that from now on. So that was a good thing. So I'm putting stuff out there in the hallway here. I have one pile of trash, and I have one pile of put somewhere else in the house. So that's what I'm doing through everything. But I'm almost there. It's like, it's getting there with the rest of the stuff. These are games here, all of our games. And so our this room will have, the TV stand will hold all of our games, and it's going to hold all of our media. So the kids, our videos, all that kind of stuff will go up here. So I know it's not a huge stand. I'm just thinking, we just had our gaming stuff on it before. We didn't have all our games in it. So we'll have to figure it out. Again, it's going to be the work in progress. Maybe we'll get a different stand, maybe in time. But for now, this is what we do have. There's no door on this door. There's no frame for a door, so it's not like something you can easily put in. It's like, it's not something like you can just go, oh, put a door in. No, you actually have to frame it in, which means cutting the floor. It's more of a, it's not as easy as like thought of originally. So that's why this was never turned into a bedroom. So then I thought this will be nice. The kids are really enjoying their rooms with each other. No one's complaining. And so I thought this will be a nice room for teen hangout and for the kids just to come and chill and relax, which is really good. And then they have like that curtain bar above the door. So we could get like the velvet curtains for like theater, to make it nice and dark in there. So again, just going through stuff here. I'm like, okay, there's boxes up here still. And I'm like, Jane had her piano in here, and then I have like my piece for my table in here. I'm like, I was gonna put it in the garage, but I feel like the heat up there probably would not do very good. So I'm gonna put this in our closet over here, and all the music equipment. Maybe we'll hang our stuff on the wall. I don't know yet. Again, everything's, at least if I can find a place for it. And we have our puzzle. There's a piece for our table. I was like debating where to put this at. It's going in the closet. If it doesn't fit in the closet, I gotta clean through the closet. We have our puzzle thing that I can't wait to use again, like probably when it gets colder and we're inside a little bit more. Our library, they have a loaning thing where you can loan out puzzles. I'm like, how cool is that? So you literally go in there and check out a puzzle. I'm like, what a great idea. So that will be put to use again here when we're inside more. You know, it will eventually be inside weather. I'm sure we will. So then I'm just looking at everything and I'm like, okay, let me clean up the cords here. This is Jane's piano she was using in here. She does have room in her bedroom, but she put it over here so she had a little space, and that's fine with me. All right, here's the time for all the cords. There's the 50,000 cords on the floor. Where do they all go to? I have no idea. I had so many timer cords because in the mountains, you know, for an added level of security, we had timers on all of our lights, so all of our lights would pop on and stay on, which was really good. I don't have to have that here because we have a security system built into the house, and lights go on when alarms come on and all that stuff, so I don't have to worry about it, which is a nice thing. So, but I'll keep them because I don't know what we'll be doing outside. I just have to find a place for them. We have our battery backups here. Those are completely dead. I never recharged them, and so they are going to get charged here, and I'm just gonna package these away, and then we can just have them for an emergency. I'm gonna keep these upstairs though. We do have a whole house generator, but I don't know, you never know. Like it might, I don't know, you never know what will happen or who we can be able to share with when the time comes. And then there's all these cords, so many cords, so many extension cords, so many like just random miscellaneous cords. I did not label anything, and I just kind of threw things into a big giant bin, which was so wrong. Don't do that. So now I'm left with what cords are which cords. So I've saved everything here. There was like one that I used for the internet, and I knew it was for the internet because it was our old one, so I didn't save that because I knew it was specifically for it. It said the name on there. But there's a couple of like random ones. I'm like, I don't even know where these go to, but I got my label maker out, and what I did today is I went through and labeled each cord. So now they have a place. But the problem is, like when we packed up, it's like I unplugged a lot of stuff and just shoved cords in miscellaneous boxes. So that was my mistake. I know, live and learn. Now I'm trying to figure out where all the cords are. So we've got our DVD players here because we still watch DVDs, and the kids' gaming systems here. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna find all of them, right? It's like eventually we will get all of the cords for all of the things. I know we will. And if I gotta buy a few cords, I can too. So more cords, and I'm making a list here. Get some cords, and I had my flashlight because I could not see. Is it just old age or what? I was like trying to see if there was like a name on it. Like here's a Sony one, and I was like, gosh, there's gotta be a Sony plug, and that one was a Sony plug. And then this blower up for our pool toys, I was like, surely it's gotta have the name on it. So here I'm staring at the ones that were Interlock with the company, and there's two of them. So I have, but I don't know, but I think we ended up throwing one of ours away because it was dead. So, but I did save two plugs. So I'm like, okay, I'm looking at it here going, is this for it? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it says, is Interlock. So put that with it to make sure that it works, but it's like, and then I'm like, do I hold on to the other things? You know, the struggle. It's like, I don't know, how much stuff can you hold on to? So then when I thought, well, let me try it out, I finally find it here, and I plug it in, and I'm like, let me go plug it in the outlets here and see if it works. And here I plugged in, and it wasn't turning on. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, is the outlet dead? Or like, you know, because we don't ever use this room. So then I got the other cord, and I thought, well, let me try it in here and do it, plug it in. But then, you know, it didn't work again. So I'm like, what is wrong? Is it my thing? Well, the actual plugs were not working. So I got a totally different one and plugged it in, and it worked just fine. This right here is a flashlight. We've used it, it's a good flashlight, and it's so strong, but it got dropped and the handle broke off. So we just Gorilla glued it on 3 times now. And then in the move, the cord got bent and broke. It's a special cord, and the handle broke off again. And I was like, so I'm like, you know what? Just order one on Amazon. So I have one right there. I was looking the same one up on Amazon, added it to my list. And I'm doing good here, getting the rest. Like, look at that pile. Like, everything's, basically I'm moving from one room to the next. So this is all just going into my office, which you'll see in just a minute. It's like moving one mess to another mess, but I do get in my office today, which is a good thing. So this is good. And I'm just making piles out here, getting it all picked up. I'm like, okay, this is good. So here it is. So this is where the couch is gonna go. It's an L-shaped couch right here. Not huge, because the wall's not huge. And then look at, here's that was showing, like that's where a fan's gonna go. We're gonna install that. And then this works out really good. I was trying to set my camera nice and straight here. I don't know, we'll probably keep musical instruments in here, which is good. This Chase lounge, I'm like, what do I do with it? Because I don't think the material is the same as our couch. I know it's not, but I love the Chase lounge. I've always wanted a Chase lounge, so that's why I kept it. I could put it down in my bedroom, but it just doesn't fit in there with the way we have a setup of our chairs. Maybe I'll move it. So then I've got the idea, you know what? Let me put it in my office. Like, I could use a place that's comfy in my office. Yeah, I could do that. So I decided to take it all down and put it in there. This like piece of furniture, I saw one a long time ago, like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. And I'm like, I want one of those in my house. And then I got one, and it was like, it was just a used one, but it was, my girlfriend actually got it for me. It was so awesome. And it worked for so long. It was just a worn out used couch, but I loved it. I just threw a blanket on it and absolutely loved it. And then I was able to get this one, and I'm like, I love the Chase Lounge. That's like my favorite piece of furniture. So it was nice sitting in here, but I'm like, I can put in my office. It's gonna be a little smushy. When you see my office, you're gonna see it's a little bit smushy in there. But I'm like, it works for now. I'm like, maybe I'll move. But like, there's a place I can sit. It's another room somebody can go to. I think that's the key, is I'm making a bunch of rooms. Like, someone can sit in our room in the theater chairs. Somebody come sit in this room and where the, you know, gaming system is, and they can hang out in here, or they can go sit in my office if they want a space to just get away or whatever, which is always good. It's good to have multiple areas for everybody to kind of go and get a break. And then I can also sit in the comfy chair as well. I can always sit there if I gotta wait for a few minutes doing something. I don't mind that at all. So this room will be pretty empty, which is great, but that big wall will be nice for, we can always put a movie. If we ever want to use our projector, we can do it right along this wall and, you know, watch a movie, which will be really good. So these chairs, these are the girls' room. They were in their girls downstairs, their room, but they don't go in their bedroom now because the room is pretty full of stuff. I was going to show it, but there, I'm decided to keep that private for them. Here's something for one of the gaming systems. I decided to leave it there. So this is how it's looking here. Those blinds, those are the blinds, or the shades. That's what I got for the rest of the house. I'm excited for that. So here we are. This is the chair. So I'm thinking just these two with the couch over here, and that's good. I'll probably get a table to put in between the two chairs, you know, put a lamp on it for them in here. TV will go right here, and then this room is done. So yay, that was space. So that room is done. Outside this door is like a big giant mess. There's a pile for trash, and there's a big giant pile for stuff to take to another area of the house. And so I'm like, that's good. And then everything else I brought in here. It's like, I just keep moving it. I don't know, like there was a lot of cords that I was like, I don't want to get rid of them, because I realized there's like stuff. We have like the heat press machine, and I'm like, that doesn't have a cord, I don't think. So it's probably in one of those cords. We have the vinyl cutter, which is over here. I'm like, there's a lot in here. There's computers from the shop. So this room right here is not just my own like safe haven from life. It's gonna be we're gonna be working on products and things like that, and have a mini-sized shop here. I mean, obviously not the cutting and things like inside here, but like vinyl printer, that doesn't take up a lot of space. It's dirty, it's sitting on my floor. I finally got a screwdriver so I can put the top in. But the Chase Lounge, I'm like, this has been something I have always wanted my entire life. Like, ooh, trying the new tripod out here. I've always wanted a Chase Lounge, like ever since like I thought about furniture, which was like, you know, 7, 8 years ago, where, you know, it wasn't just kids in survival. And I'm like, I always wanted a Chase Lounge. And so got a couple different ones, didn't love them. This one I love. It's my favorite. I like it. I don't think it's going to work in the TV room based on the color of the couch. And I don't think I'm going to put it in my bedroom, because for now we have the theater chairs down there, and I don't know, maybe one day we'll change them. I don't know. I'm in no hurry right now. I know it's not picture perfect everywhere you look, but it's like, that's life. Like, we're gonna live and do things here, but it's something I like. So I'm like, why don't I put this in here? Like, I can do that, because we have, this room is gonna be like the vinyl cutter. I've got the heat press. It's gonna be setting up. There's a new computer desk over there for the other computer to run everything. And then like I have my desk. I just moved my desk over here a couple days ago. I had it right here, but I finally put my monitor up. I don't think I'm going to put it on the wall. I might, I don't know. But for now, I'm like, I want it turned, and I had it right here, and it kind of stuck out. So I stuck it over there, and I'm like, okay, that's a little bit better. But again, everything is a work in progress. Like, I have no idea. I need to be in here 20,000 times over and see what I like, what I don't like. Like, I had that beach picture. I was going to put it on the wall, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that doesn't even look like the beach that I love here. It's like, it was like, I've never been to like the Gulf side of Florida before. And when I saw that photo at Hobby Lobby, I'm like, oh, that would be my happy place. But looking at the picture, it looks so dreary and dead, because it's not as bright and vibrant as the ocean is. So I'm like, I need to get rid of that picture, because it's not my happy zone at all. It's more of a dreary zone. So I don't know what I'll do here. We'll see. There's like that sign. I love the child of, that's my favorite, because that's on my videos. I'll put that in there. I've got my command like center over there. I have to put that somewhere in here. The rest, I don't know yet. But the chair, I think I'm going to do the chair in here. So that's going to require some movement. I'm thinking it over here in this corner. But I have to, like, all this stuff is just vinyl printer and computer. I can take the computer monitor, put it on the desk over there, hook the top on the vinyl fan. I got a screwdriver, screw that together. I'm thinking this long table, that machine doesn't really fit on it because it's skinny, but this table is, can you see over here, wider. So I could use this for the t-shirt press, like that machine. So I'm thinking, let's move that over there next to the table. I'll be able to put my chair here. I might even be able to put the vinyl thing. I don't know yet. I gotta do some moving. Then that big thing can go over here and that will actually fit, and that can be more like a bookshelf. I have to have a place for all my school books, which are on the floor over here. I have to order school. All the books are in my head of what I want to get. I just have to do it. It's like on my Amazon list. I just keep adding things. All those balloons, remember I got those balloons last year or in the winter on clearance in the mountains, and then I was gonna have a big pool party before we came here. Well, it was freezing and we never got to. So then I'm like, do I do it here, like in our neighborhood? What we're gonna do is have a fun pool day with the kids, put them all in the pool, because we can just shut the filter off, blow them all up in the pool. That'll be a fun time, and then we'll just have to go pick up, 10,000 water balloons, but that's okay. So I'm gonna do some maneuver right now. This is all dusty. I'm like, this was all in the shop, so it didn't get completely wiped down because I think we were working so hard and I wasn't very specific on things. But let's do something in here. Let's just move. I don't know. We're gonna move things around, see how it works. Okay, another random thought. The desk, why don't I put that L-shaped desk over here? Then it's in this corner. Then put the vinyl next to it. And the stand might put my chair sticking out next to my desk. That might work better. First, let's screw this together. Okay, so did a little bit of moving in here. So will it stay this way? I don't know. Obviously, it's not the place that anybody's gonna come and hang out with me. Like, this is not the main sitting room. This is not the place I'm gonna bring people to when I invite them over for coffee. No, this is like my zone. The only people that see it is you guys. You guys and my family. So, like, I think of like a lot of furniture, a lot of wall hangings that I went through today. I'm like, these were all decorations specifically for my mountain house. And it was like, and it took me a long time to decorate. I didn't decorate that mountain house for a long time. I had wrong decorations up. I don't even think I vlogged. Did I vlog right away? I did actually, but I didn't like film tons of stuff there like I do now. And so I'm like thinking, a lot of things was just like specific for that home. So I'm like, this one is just different here. So I'm just like, I don't know. Obviously I have different colored furniture in here, and that's okay. We had a lot of this brown wood at our old house and it worked, but here I just don't feel like it's matching anywhere. So I know I have one downstairs, like a little bench right in the entryway, but I'm like, I don't even really like that color there. I'll probably get something different and move that somewhere else. Move it up here. I don't know if there's room up here. Probably not, but we'll see. Like I was sticking under the window, I guess, to move that. I might move that vinyl down. This is going to be the work zone. The work zone where we're preparing products, making products. I think we talked about it last September. It's been a year, and it just was not the time yet to do it. But we have all the equipment. We just have to have the time now to start it back up, but I'm excited. Huge industrial cutter to learn how to, like, vinyl cutter, to learn how to cut like really nice vinyl things in time, people. It's like everything's a step. There's a step to do everything, like, because there's so much. So right now that's not my focus, but it will be. So yeah, mushy. That's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm literally sitting right there. I work. Like Maxine, I'll put her right there. I just put her back there, but I'll go get a blanket. I do get cold up here sometimes. I know, sounds really strange, doesn't it? If I come up here in the morning after I'm already cold, you know, from sleeping and then and not working, just working at my desk, it gets chilly up here because the air conditioner is going. So I'll get like a nice blanket, which I have my purple one that my viewer gave me, so beautiful. I have it packed away right now because I don't need it. I'll probably put that on there and just be in here. I'm like, this is good. And then I'll put my, like, that white thing holds like all my desk stuff. And so I was gonna get zip ties and pull those cords together under there. So I'm gonna, and maybe the little marker or the command center will go right there. I'll set it up there for now. Again, we'll see if we even keep this. This, I'm gonna move a lot of this stuff, because this stuff will be like specifically for the press. So I'm gonna take all the tools, anything I need for that over there, because that's what I'll use on this one. And then that's like my school books or my cookbooks. Now I'll put that back over here, and I'll put our school books and stuff out here. I have to get some containers, but I'm thinking for now, will that be what we use always? I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be even efficient or good to use. It might change in a little bit as we start making things to go, wow, that's not practical. We need a big table, or we need this, or this desk doesn't work. We need something smaller. I don't know. Again, I have to wait till I start working in here and doing things, but I think that's good. So I'll probably just slide that back here. I just have to fix the internet box and then we'll go from there. That's the key. You try something and you see how it works. I'm gonna put my music back on and keep on working it here. Do a little bit. Nothing's perfect, just to get it, you know, in some kind of area. So just clean up the school stuff down here. These are all books that I kept. Most things you can get, everything pretty much at a library nowadays. I kept a few books that I just really enjoyed over the years, and it's hard to find. So, but most everything is library based. So that is a good thing. And I had a couple workbooks left over. I put those down here in the bottom, and then opened up all these pencils and colored pencils. We had a ton that I had stored. So I'm just gonna put this, I think Maddie maybe or Autumn gave this to me, and I was gonna throw it away, but I was like, ooh, that can hold all of our school pencils, which will be really nice. And then just clean it for now. Like I said, everything can be cleaned up over and over until I figure out what works. Now onto my little white drawer thing. This holds like all my stuff. So when we moved, I just kind of put everything in those little black cases and just to pack them all easily. So now I'm separating them out. Like I'm realizing all my dry erase markers. I have nothing upstairs that is dry erase, nothing. So I'm gonna take those all downstairs, put them in the drawer in the butler's pantry for now. And then since my refrigerator is not magnetic, we write on it as a marker board. So I have a little holder here, the blue one, and I think I might use that, or I might stick it on the side. We'll see. And then I'm going to take a couple Sharpies to take down there for like if I have to write on something downstairs. So, and then just kind of clean up there. I'm going to kind of put a few pens and stuff in my desk, just straighten it. Just go around and straighten as little best I can. Nothing's perfect, but just a little bit will be good. And all my cookbooks here, and I'm like, okay, they're all nice and neat nowadays, but I do have one. I probably will order it. I'm going to write it down to order it because it's pretty worn. I've been using it for a long time, and I still like the recipes in there. Just a quick go through my purse here. I like having this purse insert inside of here because like I've been changing out my purses, using my orange one and my blue one and the navy one here. So just being able to pull that out is really nice, but I had like receipts and stuff on the very bottom that I was saving. So this is good, but it is ripped, my insert. So I just placed an order. Maddie had a whole list for the Temu website. And so I said, okay, let me look on there. So I did find a couple, a new one. So I have that coming. Hopefully this week, we'll see. And then I can replace that to put in there. So now I'll move on to my desk and just kind of straighten as best I can. So being a new person in the community, what I had, you know, you get so much advertisement in your mailbox. So I've been saving the ones for dentistry because there is new dentist places going in all the time. So I've been saving the cards for it because, you know, you never know what will happen. So I'm just like trying to find, but I know like we don't do insurance like typical people do. I do the Christian healthcare ministries, and so like dental is not included. So when I was going in North Carolina, they didn't have insurance, but they had a plan in South Carolina, and I just used that, and it was a way, it gave you a little bit of a deductible, or a little bit of a deduction on your services. So I see that they have that same kind of thing here in Florida. So I'm just keeping these just to see if, like, you know what, maybe when I need to go to the dentist, which will be, you know, a few months, we'll get all that situated, I can use those. Okay, I took a break, had breakfast, and got kids doing things, so I'm gonna finish up here. I'm just gonna finish up just putting the stuff away. Obviously, this is not like the set room, like I said, it's just gonna be what is good for now. Okay, I think I found a spot for all the cords. I'm just gonna put it in this drawer. It's like one of those things. I gotta find a place for it, container or something, but for now, it can go in the drawer. Random things that I'm doing, like I'm finding like these cords. I'm like, what is this cord for? The projector has a cord that was like in my cupboard, so I'm gonna label that one because I know what that's for. And then I still have like a little pile of miscellaneous stuff. I just don't know what they go to. I just have to ask Greg because I'm like, they look like they're specific. I just have to know what they're for. So I'm doing stuff and I haven't even filming it. I've went through all those cords. Like I realized the computer has to plug in, the monitor has to plug in, and then like the vinyl cutter has to plug in, all these things. And I realized the vinyl cutter has to be connected to the computer. So I had to switch those around because the cord isn't long enough. So I've got everything plugged in. We just brought our old keyboard and mouse from the shop. It was so full of sawdust and dirt. I'm like, throw it away. I got another one on Amazon coming. Or actually I wrote it down. I have to ask Greg if we can use a wireless. I don't know if that has USB because it's just I don't really know how that works. So I just have to check. If not, I get the plug-in kind. So like I have a little pile right here of cords. These are the random ones. I don't know what this stuff is for. So I need to first ask Jaden and Greg, like what was this for? Like, is this just a USB charging cord? You know, like this thing. I've been saving this. Is this, like, what is this? I don't know. Like, who knows what these things are? So this is the, who knows what those are. If they think there's something, I'll put them with some. If not, I might just throw them away because they're not anything like that I need. I'm missing one power adapter cord for the vinyl printer. Doesn't have one, but I could use it. You know, I could have just forgot to grab one, or who knows, in the midst of everything, just could have got lost or broken or whatever. So like that's, I think, the only thing not plugged in, which is good. So I just kind of moved my chair back over. Obviously, this, like I said, it's not perfect in here, but I feel like this is gonna work. I think I'm gonna put my I Am a Child of God up there over my desk so I can see it. Not sure what I'm gonna put on this wall. I'll stare at this a little bit longer and I can put that one over here. But I'm gonna leave this, like I have to leave it for a little bit, and that probably just go right there on my wall. And that frees up space. But I think this is gonna work for now. For now. And again, I'll have to work in here. I'm gonna have to see. I don't know what we're gonna do for the whole setup of our work zone. Everything is time. Everything takes time. And so it's a little smushy. Greg's like, it's not very like open. I said, no, it's not like Pinterest worthy, but it's more like I have a place to sit. I can work at my desk and we can do some business in here. So I think I'm gonna stop up here and then, what time is it? So I think I'm just gonna close today's video because what I have to do is edit, and I have to add like the voiceover. That takes a whole lot of time. And then what I'm gonna do is I have to run Brooklyn to work. I have Autumn's gotta go to youth. There's like a lot of running I gotta do, and then I'm gonna go get my car washed. And then I will probably do some food in between, but probably just film doing it, and then I can add it to tomorrow's video because tomorrow's gonna be going to the beach, and then I can just show that in the morning. And if I don't do it today, you know what, I can get in the morning and make food. So pizza on the oven outside tonight. It's gonna be easy. I might film it, we'll see. So I feel like this is a whole long video from what I did today, just that room and this room. It's been a good day. I feel like I got what I wanted to get done. Now I can like keep moving. Like this is obviously, like I said, not done, but at least it's like, all right, I got the train, the thoughts are rolling. So that's a good thing. So you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow with another video. We'll go on the beach tomorrow for sure, but we'll have to do some food. So come back tomorrow. All right, bye.